All around the world, people are capturing the unexplainable on their mobile phones and CCTV. Kaboom! From the UK to the USA.
Just catch just a little glimpse of him, and then he'd be gone.
More unexplainable phenomena is being captured than ever before.
Oh my God. The chair flew across the floor. Oh my God. Ben, I'm getting out of here.
In this series, we will hear firsthand from the people involved.
This black shadow with wings swooped towards me.
As we reveal the most terrifying.
It fed off my anxiety. I just couldn't fight it.
Aliens.
Remarkable.
Something's definitely crashed here. This is weird.
And unexplainable footage shot by you.
I do believe that he may have been possessed.
Whoa! Whoa! Oh my
But first, meet our experts, who'll be giving their opinions on the unexplained.
I do believe that there is more to reality than this material world we see around us. I just don't think science and reason has all of the answers. So I think there are absolutely some things in this world that are unexplainable.
There is a viable explanation for everything. I get involved in scientific investigation of paranormal claims, but also I do go out ghost busting at the weekends. I'm a skeptic in the true sense of the word. If I can see quite blatantly it's not real, then I will definitely call it out.
I believe that ghosts exist because I've experienced them myself. Some things are definitely unexplainable. Science has a long way to go to proving the existence of the afterlife.
My mum was a medium, and I've grown up with ghosts. Life goes on beyond death. I think there are life forms on other planets. Do I think there's always an answer to the unexplained? No.
This is Unexplained. Caught on camera. Coming up, in Michigan.
Turn that light on.
A man with power over the paranormal.
I can communicate with energies and spirits.
Things go bump in the night for two investigators in Surrey.
I could hear footsteps.
Hello?
The footsteps then ran at me.
Whoa.
There's skeletons in the closet in Canada.
I was terrified. I did not want to sleep in that room anymore.
And in Yorkshire, urban explorers make a deadly discovery.
There was a really large man. It was like a silhouette.
Hair stuck up on the back of my neck.
I was really shocked.
But first, in Michigan.
Open the door up.
One man's ability.
Oh, no way.
To control the dead.
Turn that light on. I can communicate with energies and spirits. Are you able to move the ball? It's kind of like something's actually pushing it.
Meet 55-year-old Rick, who's been into the paranormal for 16 years. But his first encounters with the other side started much earlier.
Even from a young age, we always had paranormal activity going on in our houses because I think energies connected with my mom just like they connect with me now.
One of Rick's earlier eerie memories was in the house he grew up in.
When I was very young, all of a sudden the basement door started actually moving really, really loud. But the thing is, the door was locked on the inside. The next day we went and we looked. There were two children's tombstones that were laying in the actual basement. They were actually really old. I know they were buried there, but I remember the activity and being scared as a 6-year-old and running.
Decades passed, and it wasn't until Rick had his own family that he started to reconnect with the spirit world.
One day, my son came to me and said, "Dad, let's go check out this old house down at the end of the road." It was all boarded up. It's really creepy. As I walked around the outside, there was an actual shutter door on the top, and the shutter door was open.
Feeling an energy, Rick called out for a spiritual sign.
There's something here. Open the door up. There's something here. Open the door up.
Oh, no way. Oh, no way.
That's exactly what I'm saying, dude.
Oh, no way.
There is something here.
There is no wind right now.
You can hear that eerie sound of a door opening. It was creaking. It opened so slow, give you chills all the way from the top of your head to your feet. And I'm telling you, we were blown away. And that was my first experience in the actual paranormal.
And Rick's abilities to summon the spirits hasn't gone unnoticed by his 14-year-old daughter, Lily.
Some of the things my dad's caught on camera and stuff, I think that they're interesting and cool, and he shows me a lot of them. Some of the things are pretty scary. There's things out there that you just can't see and you don't understand really, but they're there.
I did some research on the house. It was a young girl that never, ever came out of that house. She stayed up on the second floor. So I feel that was the girl that opened the door to communicate with me.
But it wasn't just a ghostly shutter. When Rick looked back at the footage, he spotted a window into something else.
A lady in a white hat and a white dress, she actually manifests right on the porch. Knew it was something that was there that wanted me to actually connect with them. When that shutter door opened, something opened in my mind and said, listen, this is your new path.
And that's when Rick started to discover his spiritual skills.
Oh, it said Rick. It said Rick. I swear I heard Rick.
My dad has the ability to connect with the spiritual stuff. He can talk to ghosts and spiritual things.
And so Rick decided to start exploring his abilities more and started capturing audio recordings of the dead.
The spirits are saying, we told you, we need you.
When I had this obsession with EVPs, which was to a point where it was actually taking over my whole life.
Using electronic voice phenomena, Rick captured spiritual voices, and the more he picked up, the more hooked he became.
Does the crystal give you energy?
I was having bad luck. I was not able to actually concentrate on my family. I almost lost my job.
Watch this. The energy will come across and appear above my head. There's the energy right here. I'll go slower. You can see the man appear above my head.
Later, as Rick learns more about his abilities, the more he starts to control them.
I could just hear a weird noise up around the light, and I said,
If there's any spirits in this room, turn that light on. Thank you very much.
Pretty amazing.
Next, in Surrey.
We are not dark in here, Phil.
A crack team of paranormal investigators.
Someone's walking in the main hall.
Face the fright of their lives.
We were ready to pack up our equipment and leave. We were scared.
Meet Jeff, founder of Ghost Tech Paranormal Investigations.
Is there someone up there? We investigate spirits, ghosts, UFOs, and even cryptozoology. Are you in that room? We investigate to find the truth.
Jeff's colleague is tech expert Phil.
I'm naturally quite a sceptical person, but even so, you do start wondering what's, going to happen to you when you die. As I've got older, it has become more of an interest to actually find out what's going on.
One of Ghost Tech's most terrifying investigations took place at this 19th century mansion, Englefield Green Social Hall.
Englefield Hall was first built in 1880 and it was used as a shelter in World War I. It was also a safe haven for children.
Initially built as a temperance hall offering alternatives to alcohol, the mansion is now a community centre by day. But at night, it's a very different story.
An old lady has been seen walking from room to room. On the first floor, in room 3, there is a small cupboard to the left-hand side. It's been reported that a child is seen inside the cupboard.
Intrigued, Jeff and Phil began their investigation of the building, setting up infrared cameras and motion detectors.
So we've set up all our static cams, everything's up and running, all the lights are off. Bloody hell, we aren't half dark in here, Phil.
As the investigation got underway...
Good evening to you all. Can you tell me your name, please?
It wasn't long before they encountered the unexplained.
The first thing that we heard was 3 knocks come from the stage area. Noises from the stage area, Phil. So we knew that something was here straight away.
I swung the camera around to see what was there, but there was nothing there.
We went to a room that's located on the ground floor where there's a big cupboard in the corner.
Is there anybody here?
Phil was asking questions about the Temperance Club all those years ago.
Was that you, Jeff? No. OK, there was 3 knocks there, thank you. Could you come over and step?
There was banging coming from inside the cupboard. And on Phil's digital recorder, we received an EVP. They were drinking badly. This was a Temperance Club. That is specific. That is not just a random answer.
The investigation continued, but there was a growing sense of unease.
Who's up here? We then decided to go upstairs to room 3, where the small child has been seen inside the cupboard. Who's inside this room? Are you one of those children that were brought here during the war?
When you're doing an investigation and you're stood there in the dark, it's often cold, pitch black, all your senses seem to be more in tune.
Can you make a noise inside the cupboard? Was that you making a noise?
I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't scared. There was this bang coming from across the room. It was so loud.
It made me jump.
I think spirits like to make noise to attract your attention. So they will tap, they'll bang, they'll do all the things that they need to do when you're calling out to them and saying, give me evidence that life exists beyond death. You don't get that in a place that isn't haunted.
I'm sceptical about all of the footage because it's not in a controlled environment. So when we hear any noises, for example, or shadows, we can't be 100% clear where everybody is in the building. And therefore, somebody else might have caused the phenomena to happen either deliberately or without anybody realising.
They could be sounds that are absorbed perhaps into the fabric of the building. But in this particular case, it seems like there's definitely something there that's intelligent, trying to communicate with both those investigators.
Later, Jeff and Phil find the horrors of the social hall have only just begun.
The door just moved, didn't it?
In every corner of the globe, the unexplainable can take you by surprise. On a road in Quebec, Canada.
Oh man, it's very cool.
This passenger is filming a grazing moose at the edge of a forest. But after initial excitement at seeing the animal,
Oh, wow.
they reviewed the footage and spotted a strange, golem-like creature stalking the moose.
Wow.
In Pennsylvania,
we're coming into a cornfield right now.
A nighttime drive for these friends.
Yo, this is so creepy. Do you want the lights on, maybe?
Suddenly takes a terrifying turn.
No way! No way! No way! There's a clown right there.
The creepy clown makes a beeline for their car.
Go straight, go straight, go straight, go straight!
And unleashes an unexpected attack.
Hey, put the window up! No! No!
It may have only been confetti, but when more sinister sidekicks appear,
There's two more, bro! No! Get out of here! Get out of here!
they waste no time in making an escape.
Get out of here! Get out of here! Go! Go!
Next, in Yorkshire, an abandoned ruin
Couldn't believe what I was actually seeing.
holds a hidden past.
To see that in the footage, it gave me chills.
Meet urban explorers Matt and Andy.
Urban exploring is going around abandoned buildings, sort of finding the history, seeing all the amazing things that other people aren't going to see because they're off limits for the general public.
It doesn't have to be houses, it can be industrial, it can be asylums, it can be in hospitals. So it's anything that's been left abandoned for a numerous amount of years, and I absolutely love it.
Urban exploring has taken them all over the world, and thousands of followers tune into their channel to watch their adventures.
It's the one you've been waiting for, down the Paris catacombs.
Let's get off and get in, and we'll see you in a little bit.
We got into urban exploring round about 3.5, nearly 4 years ago. It was on off chance that we actually got into this. We started off metal detecting, and a fellow colleague of ours just says, why don't you go and look around some old abandoned buildings? And the rest is history.
The first place Matt and Andy ever explored was a local farmhouse with a dark history.
We'd heard that the farmer that owned it before had committed suicide because of debts and things like that he couldn't keep it up.
Now, just tell you a little bit of story about this farmhouse that I've read on a couple of forums. And apparently the previous owner was found hanged by a beam, well, by a rope on a beam. And as you can see, there's quite a few big beams knocking about in here, so you never know. It could well have been in here.
It was just any normal explore. We didn't feel anything different. We didn't see anything different, hear anything.
Matt and Andy didn't intend to capture anything unusual, but when it came to editing the footage, they were in for a surprise.
I put the video together, ready to go up on our channel. But when I came to edit it this time, I was really shocked to see what was in the background. There was a really large man, totally blacked out. It was like a silhouette. And people have said since, is it a cardboard cutout? But there's no way I'm carrying a cardboard cutout around with me. It was basically just a big black figure, and he was seen on multiple occasions through the footage.
Shadow figures are most often not seen by the naked eye, but always the camera will pick them up. So usually people go back, review footage, and hey presto, wow, there's something they missed.
Shadow figures are believed to be impressions or imprints of the living once the living have passed. But I think this is a spirit. I think this is something that is absolutely aware of the two of them. It appears to be watching them.
There could be a number of possible explanations that's going on here. It might actually be a person that's causing the figure, or it could be a form of pareidolia. Pareidolia means that we're seeing, so for example, a face in the clouds, we're seeing pattern in randomness. And when we see shadows, we are immediately thinking of either faces or human figures. So that might be what's going on.
I could see this and I had to like pause it, rewind it, pause it, rewind it. I weren't quite sure what I was actually seeing myself. The hair stuck up on the back of my neck. It was really weird how it was actually just following us about around the actual place itself. So yeah, it did make me feel really, really uneasy.
In total, the ominous figure appeared in 4 different parts of the video.
It's just a stony figure, all in black, no face. It just baffles me what it is.
Not only did it give me chills seeing that figure, but it did confuse me because I'd been there. It was physically me stood there looking exactly the direction of where this man was stood, and I saw nothing. Personally, I think it's somebody to do with that farm. Maybe the farmer that hung himself, but it may not be. It may be something totally different. It may be some sort of demon. I don't know.
I don't think we'll ever get to the bottom of it. I think it's going to be left unexplained.
Still to come, Rick has a ball with his paranormal powers.
We would like the ball to go toward the ladder. You can see the energy just carry that ball and it went right into the area where I asked it to go.
In Englefield Green Social Hall,
Where are you?
Phil and Jeff have a spiritual standoff.
I challenged whatever was here. I heard you walking when I was down there. And I said, I'm here now. Here I am.
And one woman is scared out of her wits.
Hello?
When she thinks she's home alone.
My breath left my body. It was very terrifying.
Open the door up.
Back in Michigan, family man Rick made a ghostly discovery about himself.
Oh, no way.
Not only can he communicate with the dead, but he can control them too.
I think I have the ability to make things happen sometimes. I think certain energies and certain spirits allow me to do that.
Any spirits in this room? Turn that light on. There's a light switch.
All of a sudden, I could just hear a weird noise up around the light, and one light was on and the other light was out. And I said, "Is any spirits here? Turn the light on." It's like energy inside of me saying, "Listen, it's time to actually talk to the energies." It kind of happens so like unreal, you know. It just happens immediately after I ask. Pretty amazing.
I'm always skeptical about watching video clips, especially ones that you see on YouTube and uploaded on the internet. But these particular clips have got something unique about them. He seems to be able to communicate with spirits and they are responding intelligently on command.
From my perspective, I don't think the spirits are actually responding to Rick when he speaks to them. I think what we're seeing is either simple coincidence or we're not seeing the full gamut of footage where he has asked for spirits to move things and it doesn't happen.
I think Rick has a natural born gift for directly communicating with spirits. And he gets those senses where he knows when there's a spirit around, and so he starts to try and communicate with it.
But Rick's spiritual sideline started to become more frequent in his everyday life.
I was invited to a wedding with some friends. Now, they're paranormal investigators, and they wanted me to come out to this location. They said there was actual some activity there. I went into the first room. A lot of times I'll do video, and I'll just do the video because I sense it and feel it, and then I'll check it later, and then I'm shocked at what I actually capture. As you look back into the closet, you can actually see a little child in there, and you can actually see the child turn his head and look right at you. There is a dress that actually flows in the actual bottom left corner, a child's dress. And you can actually see this dress flow across, and it swirls so beautiful. It's just so magical. It's just amazing. It's like unbelievable. The story was there was a girl that haunts the place in a dress. Ever since I started my journey, a lot of kids have come to me. Almost honestly, when I first started my audio, they would always come and say, "Dad." So I think, you know, that maybe the energy was connected. Maybe helped me as a, like, you know, an actual father figure or something. And I believe 100% there was an actual child there that was actually connected to the place. I get chill bumps in the side of my head, and it usually tells me there's an energy of spirit all around me. So I know they're around, So when they show that, they want to be shown. They want their actual story to be told.
Later, what Rick asks for,
Are you able to move the ball?
he shall receive. As he puts his deadly powers to the test.
I felt kind of scared.
It's kind of like something's actually pushing it.
Rick's not the only one with unexplainable powers of control. In Arizona, this man is attempting to move water with the power of his mind.
There's not a current going on. Lake's pretty still, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to create a current here on camera and see what we can do.
In an impressive display of hydrokinesis, he harnesses his energy, projects it towards the water, and creates a current.
There's people right across the lake, but you can see the current coming in here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and stop.
And from water to water cups. In Japan, this mind-bending maestro is showing off his unique skill to his work colleagues. To their amazement, he makes the cup float between his fingers. And then rounds off his repertoire by hovering a cigarette in mid-air. Smoking skills. And in Atlanta, this mastermind had a mesmerizing trick.
What?
Using just his brain power, he unscrews a nut from a bolt.
It's like a weird mind trick.
Completely nuts. Next, in Ontario, Canada, a weird wardrobe malfunction points to an uninvited house guest.
I was terrified. I did not want to sleep in that room anymore. My name is Kathy Gallinger, and I'm from Quinte West, Ontario, Canada. We moved to this house in August of 2018. When I first looked at the house, I fell in love with it, and I knew that this was the house for my family. We had a house next door to us when we moved in, and about 6 months, I think, after we moved in, they tore it down. Literally a week after it being torn down, we started noticing stuff happening in our house. We hear noises all the time here. Lights flickering, taps turning on, all kinds of stuff.
This is the upstairs bathroom, and the overhead light has been blinking like crazy.
We had an electrician come in shortly after that started.
Hello?
All the wires were checked, everything was deemed fine.
Eventually, Kathy set up cameras to find out exactly what was going on.
When we watched the footage back in the morning, we were like jaw drop. You can see clothes moving, and they're not just moving. It looks like something violently is pushing the clothes like toward the closet door. I did not want to sleep in that room anymore. It was very terrifying.
As the activity increased, Kathy began sharing her footage online.
We've had followers ask us to put wind chimes inside in the basement because of the activity, and that was a really good idea because they're constantly going off. We can hear them all the time.
And it appears the chimes moving in the basement isn't just pot luck.
We get a lot of activity in the basement. It takes a lot for me to be brave enough to go down there and film because it's, you know, the unknown. You're afraid.
One fateful night, things came to a head when Kathy was home alone.
Hearing a banging down here. Wind chimes are moving. I just saw an orb above them. It's insane.
I didn't see the cats anywhere. The chimes going, the cats can't reach those.
Lights flickering.
In my mind, I really wanted to just run. I pan over to my daughter's room and I thought, I gotta go check this out.
Who's here?
Often I will say, who's there? Just to see if I will get a response. I was scared to death, I won't lie. I didn't know if I was gonna see something.
Hello?
I heard a loud thump and it sounded like it came from her closet. And that literally scared the crap out of me. I jumped. My breath left my body. It was very terrifying. And I just ran up the stairs and ran into the bathroom and I locked myself in there and I called my husband and I said, I need you to come home now.
Okay guys, I'm hiding in my upstairs bathroom. I know you guys say don't show fear, but with what just happened in my basement, I am staying in this bathroom till he gets home.
Then my work phone started acting funny. Like they say electronics can act funny.
The screen was going all wanky and this screen keeps coming up. Oh my God, something is not right tonight with the electronics. Like what is going on? So creepy.
Poltergeists are noisy spirits. They're known for moving things and creating a little bit of chaos in the home. Sometimes paranormal activity can be experienced at a heightened level because it's actually feeding off somebody's energy.
Some people are more sensitive to paranormal activity than others. Some people will live their entire lives never noticing anything paranormal happening around them. But we know with poltergeist hauntings that once you start paying attention to the activity, it increases.
I don't know what it is that's here in my home. I don't know what they want from me. I don't know if they're just looking to get my attention, but it's working. I think what scares me the most is, like, is it going to get worse? Are we gonna have harm come to us? I mean, we think about it all the time, but we're just living it day by day and seeing what happens.
Who's here? Hello?
Kathy's not the only one to capture spooky activity on camera. In Oregon, USA, a mum and daughter are on an overnight trip in a suspected haunted hotel.
It's coming from the bathroom.
The daughter wakes to a noise and goes to investigate.
I really hate the dark.
Already spooked by the running tap, she then hears a voice.
Is anybody there?
And asks if the presence will make themselves known.
Give us a sign. Okay, that's a sign. Let's turn them off.
Creepier still.
This is really weird.
When they played back the footage, the voice became clear.
It's coming from the bathroom. Is anybody there?
On a calm, still day in the UK,
Oh my God, oh my God.
this woman's washing line starts unexplainably shaking.
Oh my God, that is weird.
What is it, Linz?
I don't know because it's not even windy, is it?
Wanting to wash her hands of the problem, she asks her followers on a live stream for some advice.
Should we call some, like, Ghostbusters or something?
Quick, Mama, get in.
Do we need to call Ghostbusters?
And the general consensus was wash and go.
What is it? I'm like, I'm shaking. Right, let's go in because that's horrible.
The washing line spooks were certainly hanging these ladies' nerves out to dry. And over in the Philippines, this CCTV captured a van slowly reversing in the dead of night. The driver's door swings open. But shockingly, no one is at the wheel. Back in Englefield Green Social Hall in Surrey.
Can you tell me your name, please?
paranormal experts Jeff and Phil were investigating reports of ghostly goings-on.
Who's up here?
Including sightings of an old lady in the attic.
We started to make our way up the stairs. There was a change in the air, you could feel it. Just everything changed completely. I got to the top, and as I went to move forward... Oh, shit. Footsteps came towards me running. Oh, shit. What? Something's moving.
I wasn't moving, and you can see that Jeff's not moving. So where those footsteps came from, I don't know.
Oh, shit. When I heard the footsteps running at me, the first thought that came into my head was, is this the old lady that's seen walking on the top floor that doesn't like people being there? I heard you. I heard your footsteps.
While Jeff and Phil were investigating the attic, the static camera set up outside room 3 was picking up movement.
This door opened, stays open for a few seconds, and then closes again.
That door is on a hinge. It's on a powered hinge. There is no way anything could make that door open and close unless it was being opened and closed by a spirit.
Unaware of what the camera had captured, Jeff and Phil headed back down to room 3.
The door was slightly open. As we approached, I went to open the door. And the door actually slammed shut.
The door just moved, didn't it?
Yep. There's nothing whatsoever that could have made that door slam. Something didn't want us to go in. Who's inside the room? We were scared. We were scared, and we were ready to pack up our equipment and leave.
Jeff and Phil made their way back to the main hall, but the spirits weren't done with them yet.
Someone's walking in the main hall. I can hear the creaking of the floor. I could hear footsteps again. Hello? And as I moved forward, the footsteps then ran at me.
Whoa. It felt very threatening. It was angry. It wasn't coming to say hello.
It was so loud, I thought someone was going to come round the corner.
Whoa. Jeff really did lose it. He was petrified.
Footsteps again, coming towards me.
It's one of the few times where I've actually seen Jeff really scared.
Okay. I believe there are several spirits here, but that spirit was the spirit that was trying to make us leave.
But instead of leaving...
Hello?
Jeff and Phil decided to bravely confront the angry apparition.
Where are you? I finally managed to get the courage to walk into the main hall where the footsteps were, and I challenged whatever was here. I heard you walking when I was down there, so now walk up to me now. I'm in the middle of this main stage area. And I said, I'm here now. Now come and walk up towards me. Here I am. Come walking up to me now. But it was dead silent.
As the silence descended upon Englefield Green's social hall, the investigation appeared to be over. But the hall had one more trick up its sleeve.
At the end of the investigation, after reviewing the cameras, I believe we captured the figure of the spirit that didn't want us here at this location.
You can see this figure walking across. There was nobody else here. It's not Jeff, it's not me. It was an apparition. That's the only way of describing it.
I think it's an amazing bit of footage. It's very, very hard to try to reconstruct and reenact, and perhaps they did capture evidence of a spirit passing through the building.
This is a ghost caught on camera. You see the head, you see the form, you even see the legs as it's walking past the shot. So for me, when I saw that, that was a wow moment. And, you know, I'm really impressed and I'm jealous. I wish that was my capture.
Whatever this is, it was inside the building. Englefield Hall is one of the most haunted places I've ever been to.
Open the door up.
Back in Michigan, Rick's connection with the dead
Turn that light on.
has him in the driver's seat.
They know I'm coming before I even come. I can sense them, they can sense me. So when I'm coming there, it's almost like they're clapping. They're like, hey, Rick's coming.
Spirits are attracted to my dad, maybe because they want to talk to somebody.
But one afternoon while his family were by the pool, Rick's daughter Lily had a feeling something was going to make a splash.
My little sister noticed that the ball was moving in the pool weird.
All of a sudden, my youngest daughter said, Dad, the ball is acting weird outside. I know whenever a kid says something, grab your phone because something really is happening because spirits and energies connect with children.
We would like the ball to go toward the ladder.
So all of a sudden, the ball started moving.
Look at it!
It moved all the way across the pool. You can see the energy just carried that ball and it went right into the area where I asked it to go.
I felt kind of scared because, like, I didn't know how it was happening, and it was, like, weird how it was doing and what we were telling it to do.
From all of these clips, Rick is definitely like a shining beacon and attracting paranormal activity. He's able to communicate with spirits. I've got no doubt at all that the evidence that's been captured on camera here is genuine.
I've never seen a ball move on water in that manner so quickly, going against the wind on its own, other than when a medium has asked it to. I think Rick definitely has a gift there for communicating with spirit.
I'm very sceptical generally about all of these clips. I don't think the ball moving across the pool is paranormal activity.
This is the intake of the pool. Right there you can see the actual jet shooting water out.
Wanting to prove who was really in control, Rick set out to show us there was no magic behind the madness.
I tested the ball by pushing it slow. I tested by pushing it fast. I did everything I could to get it to go in there, and it would not go at all.
I think that a spirit probably moved the ball. I'm pretty sure it was just listening to us talk to it, and it wanted to show us that there was something there.
It's not twirling or anything. It's just kind of like something's actually pushing it. 100% the ball moved in an unnatural way.
Rick is grateful for his unique gift, and he hopes he can help others connect with the spiritual realm.
I think that's one thing my journey is for, is to open people up. To let people know that, hey, there is spirits, there is energy, there's all kinds of things out there that's not harmful, that's not evil, that's not negative.
It's definitely made me like way more open, and it's just hard to not believe in it. How can they be fake when you're right there? So it's pretty unexplainable.
All around the world,
open the door up.
More people than ever are capturing seemingly unexplainable events.
What the hell?
On their mobile phones.
I saw something next to you.
Oh, look, what's going?
And CCTV. With video recording devices a part of our everyday life.
Oh my God!
I was scared for my life.
How long will it be
It's unexplained.
before you capture the unexplained on camera?